International summits usually feature stiff handshakes and formal scripts, but a recent exchange between India and Japan broke every convention. During a bilateral meeting, Prime Minister Narendra Modi publicly referred to the new Japanese Prime Minister as his younger sister. Subtitled clips of the moment immediately went viral across Japanese social media platforms. This wasn't a casual remark, it was a deliberate callback to the late Shinzo Abe. Abe had long mentored the current prime minister, viewing her with the protective care of an older brother. Modi is stepping into that vacant role, honoring a bond that began when Abe stood in the Indian parliament to introduce the confluence of the two seas, the speech that defined the modern Indo-Pacific. By framing a geopolitical alliance as a family bond, India and Japan create a diplomatic shield that is uniquely difficult for outsiders to attack. It forces regional rivals to parse exactly how deep this personal commitment actually runs. For Beijing, India remains a complicated neighbor. Despite active border tensions, there is a baseline of civilizational respect in China, rooted in the historical spread of Buddhism and shared ancient philosophies. Japan faces a much harsher reality. Systemic animosity within China has led to widespread boycotts of Japanese goods, media, and even anime, as the public increasingly views Japan as a primary regional adversary. This hostility has entered the industrial sector. China blacklisted 80 Japanese defense firms, cutting them off from the global manufacturing puzzle. Beijing then restricted access to rare earth minerals, threatening to starve Japan's high-tech production lines of essential materials. Japan is responding with a campaign of rapid remilitarization. They are moving away from decades of pacifism to prioritize the domestic production of advanced missiles and next-generation fighter jets. To maintain this military expansion while facing intense economic pressure, Tokyo required a partner capable of providing strategic depth. India has stepped in as that essential partner. The relationship has moved beyond soft diplomacy. The two nations recently signed a defense pact that formalizes the sharing of highly classified military technology. The flagship of this agreement is the Unicorn naval radio antenna. It is a specialized integrated mast designed to provide advanced stealth by deflecting radar waves that would otherwise reveal a ship's position. These Japanese masts are now being fitted onto Indian frigates and destroyers. This allows Indian naval groups to operate with significantly higher secrecy near contested or hostile coastlines, expanding into co-developed warships, joint fighter jet engineering, and a collaborative lunar mission. A relationship defined by siblings in public has escalated into a joint engineering operation capable of blinding regional radar systems. This military integration is supported by a $10 billion investment pipeline flowing from Japan into Indian infrastructure and technology sectors. Central banks in both nations are currently negotiating a framework to conduct trade directly in yen and rupees, bypassing the need for an intermediary currency. Should a regional conflict break out, this autonomous financial network allows trade to continue outside of the US dollar and the SWIFT payment system, protecting supply chains from external pressure. The sentimental homage to Shinzo Abe now provides the diplomatic framework for Asia's most resilient strategic partnership. Soft power optics now mask the deployment of stealth fleets and the creation of a sanctions-proof financial corridor.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.